Hello folks, it's Ardoyne and Belfast boxing historian Eamon McAuley back with you today just to have another wee chat about boxing. Rinty Monaghan, my uncle, never boxed as an amateur. He learned his trade at Chapelfields at the tender age of 14, boxing exhibitions. John Joseph Rinty came to an agreement with Cara McAuley that if she would let him sing after his fight, then he would be happy to box. I think his first exhibition was against young Ramsey. McAuley ran the boxing nights and the crowds would flock to watch guys like Jimmy Warnock from Shankill, Rinty from Sailortown, and my granda Harry McAuley from Ardoyne. My granda was born and reared in Portrush, but moved to Belfast when he started courting Rinty Monaghan's oldest sibling, Sarah, my granny. I'm from Ardoyne, and Rinty's mother and father lived in Highbury Gardens, Marfa and Ta. They lived there for many years. Harry and Sarah lived in Brompton Park, so there's a big Ardoyne connection. Harry was a decent amateur boxer, winning an Ulster Junior title and getting to an Ulster Senior final. Harry also represented his country. We have a photo of my granda with his Irish vest on, and he's consoling his Welsh opponent. I also know he beat an English opponent, but that's all I know about his amateur career. My granda and Rinty both turned professional. Everybody was at boxing then. You didn't have the opportunities and the choices that you have today. All you had then was boxing. So the competition would have been really tough. My granda, a featherweight, won the Northern Ireland area professional title by beating Billy Donnelly over 15 rounds. And he lost it to his great rival Jim McCann, who Harry had a 4-fight rivalry with. Harry also scored 2 excellent wins over John Ingle, knocking him out in 2 rounds. John was both feared and revered by the local boxers because of his punching power. No one wanted to box him. Frank McAlornan, Harry's manager, went up to Marfa and Ta's house in Highbury Gardens to offer my granda Harry a fight with John Ingle. And my granda, who would fight anybody, accepted the fight. I think it was either 10 or 15 pound he got for it. When I boxed professionally in Barney Eastwood's gym in the mid-80s, John Ingle's brother Brendan was there. He was then a renowned boxing coach from Sheffield. I never brought it up that my granda knocked his brother out. My granda boxed all over Britain and Ireland, boxing regional, national and empire champions. He retired in 1948 with a winning record and is remembered for being involved in many great fights. He was ill for many years and died of pugilistic dementia in 1978. I don't ever remember my granda talking. He just mumbled and made noises. Rinty was a different level though. He had style, he had finesse, he had class, he could punch and he could box. Rinty knocked out Eddie Bunty Dorn for the Northern Ireland title in 1945. Bunty had been world rated then. Then Rinty won the NBA version of the world title against Dado Marino. Then unified the world title against Scotland's Jackie Patterson, with the British and Empire titles also on the line. Rinty was having an Indian summer. Perhaps his best performance was against Frenchman Maurice Sandrian. That was at the King's Hall. Rinty was down the third, but he came back to retain his world crown and also take the European title of Sandrian. Rinty's final fight was against his old opponent, Terry Allen. Rinty's health wasn't good then, and he had to settle for a draw. even though most impartial eyewitnesses thought Rinty deserved the verdict. He did retain his titles though, and would go on to live out his life in Little Corporation Street. Rinty died on March 3rd, 1984. He retired British Empire, European and undefeated world flyweight champion. Doesn't get any better than that. There was only 8 weight divisions then, and Joe Louis, Henry Armstrong and Sugar Ray Robinson held their titles then. That says it all. It wasn't the squalid and ignominious mess that you have today. If you include my dad Coco, then I'm a long way down the pecking order of my family in terms of talent. And I'm very happy to boast about them. My uncle Sean too, celebrating 50 years up at Leganeel Boxing Club. So, yep, I'm not ashamed to be bragging about my family. We're very talented. Thanks for listening to me, folks. Have a lovely weekend. God bless you. Take care.